Hi everyone, my name's Joanna Joy and I'm pleased to be here with you doing a Facebook Live. I thought I would take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about one of the themes that I'm encountering lots in my work at the moment, and that's postnatal energetic restoration. So for those of you who are pregnant or about to give birth or having birthed recently, this might be useful for you, or even for women who have given birth some time ago but have just not felt that they've got back up to their energetic levels prior to being pregnant. This is very much this might be very useful for you. So one of the things that I encounter quite a lot in my work is mothers, and that's since I've entered motherhood. I have had 3 children in the last 6 years, so I feel like I've got quite a good handle on pregnancy and birth and the postnatal period. And since becoming a mother myself, I've started engaging with a lot more mothers in my social groups and also in my work. And one of the things that I encounter regularly is women giving birth and then in that postnatal period finding that they have no energy. When you've got a little tiny baby to look after, or even maybe a few children and a tiny baby to look after, I think women are very unsupported in our culture and in our society in that postnatal period. We just don't seem to have the support structures to nurture and look after women when they've just given birth. And so women end up giving birth and then getting straight back on with the duties of caring for the children, caring for the house, even when they really need to rest and need to be looked after and nurtured, both so that they can bond with their new baby, but also so that their body can heal and rest and restore itself. Now, I'm a perfect example of somebody who did not get a chance to do that with my second or my third babies, really. Third time round with my son 2 years ago, our new home, a Dutch barge, arrived from Holland 2 days after he was born. So I ended up doing 7 days a week childcare for my 3 children pretty much 2 days after my son had been born. And my health deteriorated rapidly to the point where 6 months later I had pneumonia and 2 broken ribs from coughing so much. And so I have trodden this path of energetic depletion. And after my second child as well, I had the experience of, after giving birth, lots of little tiny ailments, which were not serious in themselves, but just consistently one after the other, which just made my life so much more difficult in trying to look after a tiny baby. And I ended up going to my shamanic practitioner, the amazing Rita Greer, who lives near me, and she sorted me out when I was in no fit state to be working on myself. So I think this idea of supporting and nurturing and recharging our batteries after we've given birth is really, really important, because what I find tends to happen is when we are in labour, when we go into the birthing space, our energy field opens right up along with our body opening right up in order to give birth, in order to release this little baby into the world. And sometimes what happens is our energy field does not shut back down again when it should. And so we end up leaking energy everywhere. Imagine a leaky bucket with holes in it, just pouring energy out. And this is what happened to me after my second child. My whole energy field opened up. I had a great birth. I can't complain about that at all. It was absolutely fabulous. But my energy field did not shut back down again after I'd given birth to Ivy. And so I had all of these ailments start cropping up because I was energetically depleted, my energy was pouring out all over the place in puddles on the floor, and things were getting in that were not helpful to me. In shamanic healing we call these intrusions. Intrusions were getting in and causing me all sorts of minor ailment problems. So these are some of the issues that I find I end up helping my clients with, and having gone through these experiences myself, this is very useful for me because I know how these things work out. And I realise that women in our culture are very unsupported. Now, one of the things that I've found to be very helpful, when women have got a tiny baby, they can't just up and off to go and get healing sessions from people. Quite often they are restricted in how much they can access services because you've got a tiny baby with you. And so what I've found very helpful with a lot of my clients is I do distance healing work with them. So quite often we'll set up a block of 5 sessions to run either weekly or every 2 weeks, and they don't need to do anything. They can be at home with their baby, with their children, looking after the kids, whatever they need to be doing, and I do the work distantly for them. And this restoration work often ends up showing itself to me as being taken down into the womb space of Mother Earth, and quite often there's a big bear there who is representative of the woman that I'm working with, and the bear is hibernating in the cave and just charging up, really, resting, sleeping, drawing energy back in, healing up any tears or open areas in the energy field, in the auric field, so that the energy that goes in is going to stay there. So if you have found yourself, after giving birth to your babies, feeling energetically depleted, feeling like you have not enough energy to function or to do the basic requirements that motherhood is asking of you, or if you find your emotional and mental state taking a big dip, which is another big common thing with postnatal mothers, is that postnatal blues and depression, or if you find yourself having lots of little ailments cropping up after giving birth, then you might want to consider having a course of restoration work, postnatal restoration work. So I hope that was useful for some of you, and I look forward to speaking to you on the group and hearing your stories around this. If you have your own experiences around postnatal energetic depletion, then I'd be very happy to hear them. So please do share them if you'd like to on the group. Okay, I'm going to go now. I'm off to work for a busy day at work with lots of people, and I will speak to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.